Santa Cruz Bigfoot. What do you have to say about this figure? Does this look more Bigfoot-like than some of the other ones?
It looks blurry. It's not as clear as the others.
Yeah, but I like the silhouette. It looks like a tinier head. Some of that's because of the backlit sun.
He's looking down, bending down.
Yeah, but you can see the tremendous trapezius development and the shoulder development. We had talked previously about resurrecting some of these cryptids like a thylacine and woolly mammoth. Did you ever see the movie Jurassic Park?
Yes, I did, and look what happened in Jurassic Park. That's dangerous. I mean, what's going to happen? You know, these scientists and these genetic engineers are it's a fantasy.
So if it's fantasy, it's not going to be a problem.
It can be a reality, but I mean, what are you in for?
With dinosaurs, for example, the only way they can get their DNA is through, like in the movie, their DNA was caught in an amber.
But these are just wild animals, not just dinosaurs, but any animal.
So you would have a problem with bringing back animals that are, let's say an animal went extinct.
So what would you do? You bring back this animal that went extinct, then what do you do with it? Cage it up in a zoo?
Well, there's
Is it going to live wild?
They've done that with a couple animals. I'm not sure, but like cattle and stuff like that have actually gone extinct, and they bring them back to life.
But cattle are domesticated.
Okay, but so you're saying, well, what if...
I'm just talking about a wild animal of any sort. I mean, you're just going to cage it, bring it back to life and cage it?
No, what about tigers? What if they went extinct? Would you want to see one brought back?
Well, that's different.
Why?
Because they're here now. And they're in the food chain now.
No, that's what I'm saying.
This is something that's gone extinct how many thousands of years ago? That's gone from the food chain for for a long period of time, and then you reintroduce it.
But I want to get it clear. You're for if, for example, somehow tigers were wiped out now, you would be for bringing them back.
That would be reasonable.
Why is that more reasonable?
Because they're here now.
So
if they had gone extinct 10,000 years ago and you wanted to bring them back, that might be different.
So it's just merely a matter of time.
So how do you reintroduce this thing that's been gone for so long? Things have changed.
Well,
now that you just bring back herds of whatever they are.
Well, for example, buffalo. Let's say they went extinct.
Well, they're not.
There are certain type of hoofed animals that have gone extinct recently, and they brought them back. Do you have a problem with that?
And what animals were those?
I don't know exactly. I think they're trying to bring back...
But things that haven't been extinct forever, just maybe recently gone extinct.
But if you're for that, that opens up the door for bringing back things that have been previously...
So I'm asking you, what do you do with them when you bring them back? Are they just on display?
You could reintroduce them into certain areas like parks. Now, just like Jurassic Park, there was something called a Pleistocene Park that I think Russians are developing. And what it is right now is they're not bringing back any animals yet, but they're taking animals...
But they're planning on it.
They're planning on it, and they're also taking animals that lived during the Pleistocene era that survived.
So you're talking about a park. It's just a larger zoo.
Exactly.
It's just a giant cage.
Exactly. It's kind of like, have you ever been to the San Diego Safari Park?
Sure.
They have area that's specifically a zoo area with caged-in animals behind a smaller fence, and like an exhibit.
It's the safaris.
And then they have a bigger area that's wide open that you can take trucks out there and flatbeds, and they have people with cameras. And that's more of a park, a big giant...
So, I mean, that's just like Jurassic Park. I mean, what kind of animals would you be bringing back? Things that have been extinct for 10,000 years? So what are you in for? I mean, this could be a big disaster.
The United States probably won't do it. Just like the United States was against certain aspects of cloning, and then some of the Asian countries said, "Oh, well, we'll do it," and they kind of took over, cloning. The same thing with this. United States, oh, we can't clone woolly mammoths, or then Europeans take over, the Asians take over.
So pretty soon, maybe Bigfoot will be your neighbor.
What do you mean by that?
A woolly mammoth could be your neighbor, for instance.
They would probably have them in specific areas like parks. They might, set them up in some kind of wilderness in Siberia, just where they can roam free.
Tame them, train them, feed them.
No, they wouldn't train them. They would be wild in maybe Siberia, and then there would be specific parks designated for that.
So who manages? I mean, it's just a whole wild thing. It's out of control.
Everything in the future is going to be wild. Let's talk about that the next episode.